Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing the pre-alpha demo of a game called Paradise Nowhere. It's developed by DCE Projects, it's self-published, and you can find the game on Steam. And if you're not familiar with my channel, at the end of the video, I will review the game, share my general thoughts, give it my final judgment, and I will have timestamps in the description. Also, if you like what I do here, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. I'd greatly appreciate that. And one more thing, I decided every once in a while, I would jump in and try some streaming here and there, so if you want to follow me over on Twitch, the link is twitch.tv/PaleMothReviews. I am new to streaming, but I'd love to see you over there, hang out a little bit, have a little chat, watch me play some games. So if you like the sound of that, I hope to see you there. Anyways, let me tell you about the game we're playing today, and we'll get started. Paradise Nowhere is a Backrooms game that blends abstract concepts with realistic graphics, evoking a feeling of liminality through empty spaces devoid of life. The game isn't intended as a horror experience. Your feelings towards liminal spaces might make it one. Or maybe it's just the paradise. Now that you know what the game's about, we'll go ahead and hit enter Backrooms and see what's up. So, enter Backrooms. Story mode or exploration mode? Let's do story mode. I want to see what that's about. But I do like the option here. That's pretty cool. So, story mode. Okay, well, it's unavailable. Alrighty then. Exploration mode it is. We have different levels. So we have level 0, Backstage. And we also have Enigmatic level, Guesthouse. Okay, well, let's start with Backstage. Different floors as well. Manila rooms, office, and first floor. Wow, a lot of stuff to choose from here, so let's just go with first floor. This demo experience has no end. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Explore as much as you want and leave whenever you want. Okay. So I'd like to see everything we can in this demo, so we'll explore as much as we can in each section, I suppose, and then go from there. Whoa, it's a little floaty. I thought this would be appropriate to play with the recent Backrooms movie trailer coming out, which I thought was great, by the way. Really cool trailer. Looks very authentic. Mouse is a little sensitive. This looks pretty cool. It has just the right amount of, like, noise filter going on. I guess I'll just pick a direction and go with it like I always do. Whoa, okay, I'm gonna have to get used to the sensitivity a little bit. Do we have a sprint? We do, okay. I will say that the, base movement speed is actually pretty quick, so. Like I said in the description, this is more or less just exploration based. It's not really horror per se, but all really based on how the player feels as they experience this, which I think is really cool. Is that a bass plug? Nice. I like this so far. Seems to be very authentic sort of experience. You know what I mean? No monsters, no craziness going on. We're just exploring. Which is nice. It's kind of weird when I want to look in one direction and also move. It kind of has this little tilt to it. Oh, here we go. Wow. Not as yellow as I expected it to be. Maybe at least in this section that we're in. I want to keep going this way. My eyes are watering for some reason. Ooh, we got some stairs. Okay, we can go up to the upper level. Let's take a peek in here real quick. Hello? Yeah, I did a little test stream yesterday. It's Scary Sousa helped me. Whoa, that was weird. Kind of figure out how to get my audio correct, so hopefully going forward my stream should be correct. Always wanted to try streaming. I've just kind of always been too nervous to do it. I think with my experience of making videos has helped me sort of build some confidence, so... Oh, we have a flashlight. Alright, I was just trying that. That's good. Is there fall damage? We cannot fall off. Okay. So yeah, in my stream yesterday, the VODs, one VOD has, like, no mic audio, and the other VOD has no game audio. I had the audio tracks wrong in OBS, so anyways, it's not... Sorry, I'm not trying to bore y'all with that, but... Let's stay on topic. It was a good time. What I did was, though, I got the last achievement I needed in Dream Core, which was to find the red rooms in the Dream Pools level, which I did get, so... I have all the achievements in Dream Core now, so... Heck yeah. I think having a flashlight is great. I think the head movement is just a little too much. Yes, this is where we were. Gotcha. This wallpaper has the arrows on it, but it's got more of a off-white color to it. Oh, I hear something. Some kind of ambience, or... Oh! It was like a humming sound. Oh my gosh. Oh man, okay. That's weird. I was hoping to see stuff like this. I was afraid it was going to be maybe a little too, you know, linear. That makes sense, but it's our first, like, super weird sort of discovery. That's great. What's this way? This looks like the offices. So do all these areas connect? And then maybe the selection on the main menu is just to sort of spawn you in these areas to begin with? It's just a guess. I don't really know. It makes me curious, though. I hit E on the door. Oh, okay. What's that eyeball symbol? When I get really close to the wall. Where? Got this little icon. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe that's interact icon. I like that we can interact with doors, too. That's cool. Just a black void outside the windows. Opening these doors is probably a little too slow, but that's okay. Nice. You know, in regards to the Backrooms movie trailer, I've played a lot of Backrooms games, and I'm familiar with, like, the lore and stuff, like, in its origination, I suppose. I always wondered how Backrooms and stuff, you know, would be in a film, like, if it would be easy to replicate the feeling, or if it was too challenging, and I think they nailed it. The trailer was super cool. And the runtime is pretty long. I think it's like 105 minutes or something. Maybe longer than that. I might have that wrong. It comes out May 29th, so not too far from now. Pretty solid cast, too. I found it interesting as well that it has the actor... is his name Mike Duplass? If I'm saying that right? He's not in the trailer, which I found interesting. He's the actor that did the movie Creep, if you've seen that, or those movies. Those are really good movies, by the way. I think they made 2 of them, and they also made, like, a show the Creep tapes or something. Which I haven't finished, but I had a good time with, so... I'm curious where Mike Duplass shows up in the movie. If he's like somebody that's already in the back rooms, or... Because it showed some people in hazmat suits. I wonder what all that's about. I don't know, I'm just really excited to watch that. I think it's going to be great. I was kind of hoping this place would maybe eventually connect to somewhere else, so... Let's keep looking around. Big room here. This door is really dark on the other side. Will it let us open it? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, dude, that was scary. Like you open a door, it's just a black void. Oh no. Oh man. This looks really cool. So since we found the offices, I hope maybe we can find the Manila rooms, they called them. Sorry, I need to turn the flashlight off before I open doors. So it's not blinding you. Let's go in here, right? Actually, don't know. I see a door, maybe that we've already been through, maybe not. This is one of those games where if they were to just randomly throw in a jump scare or something, I think it would kill me. Because this has a very odd, unsettling sort of feeling for me. I think it's hitting the nail on the head with just the weird emptiness. Okay, let's sprint a little bit. I want to check all these doors and make sure there's not maybe just a path we hadn't found yet that'll take us somewhere else. I wonder if I can turn down the sensitivity because it's kind of bugging me a little bit. We have unlimited sprint. Why can't I go through this door? Oh, that's a window. Oh my gosh. That was embarrassing. Like people that randomly walk into glass doors that they don't see. I've literally witnessed that happen in real life. But it was an old lady, so... My initial reaction to the laugh, I just had to like, hey, are you okay? I felt bad. Seems like maybe we've been everywhere here. I could be wrong, but... I'm spending a lot of time on this side of the offices, so... Be something we're missing somewhere. I don't know if these windows are just blacked out. Okay, no, it's casting light through the window. Okay. So, like, when we're not in these rooms, I mean, it's, like, really dark. Okay. Let me see if there's mouse sensitivity. I don't see it. Keybinds, which doesn't work. Okay. Whatever. This looks different. What did you think of the Backrooms trailer? I'd like to hear what you have to say about that. Everybody seems to really like it. So that's a good sign. I mean, those trailers have gotten so many views, too. It's kind of nuts. Okay. So I assume this area is just isolated, or I am missing something somewhere. There's two doors in there that aren't open. Did I not go in there? I just want to be thorough. Having a good time with this, just relaxing and chatting. Oh, I didn't go in this door. Oh. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem normal. I'm going to look at that in a second. Want to kind of take a peek around in here. Okay. What is this about? That's kind of spooky, right? We walk through it. Oh! Okay. I don't know why that scared me. Oh my gosh. That is cool. Oh man, I expected just to kind of walk through. They had to scare us a little bit here. That looks cool. Maybe these are the Manila rooms? Manila. It's so freaking quiet. You know, I can appreciate the immersion they're going for on how these doors open, but I think that could be sped up a little bit or just have them open as soon as you press the button. Makes me want to check all the walls. Oh, look at that. Up close. That looks good. It's like got texture to it. That looks cool. Ubu impressed by wallpaper. Okay, well this place is pretty creepy. Ooh. Ooh. There's something about that that's really off. Just, man, that's cool. When we get too close, it kind of blurs, though. I played a Backrooms game not long ago. Uh-oh. That I considered authentic like this, but it felt a little bit more, you know, like overscaled without like a lot of like detail or interesting landmarks or anything. And this is doing a really, really good job of actually like making it feel really dynamic. I really like this so far. Like almost everywhere I go, there's something different or weird or out of place or however you want to describe it. Like if we just like sit back here, the blue wallpaper just looks really cool. Wait a minute. So we walked through there, right? It's a straight shot to where we came from. But I can walk here and like it's like that hallway isn't even there. Whoa, how did they do that? It's really seamless. That's really cool. This is super duper weird. I'm not feeling paradise. I'm feeling uneasy playing this. Okay. The fact that it's so quiet is like really freaking me out. So dark. Okay. The use of lighting is really good too. Good flashlight. Okay. So we went through that door way down there. We ended up here. Opening doors. Okay. I was hoping to see another weird, like, event or landmark, I'd call it, with, like, you know, that big hole we found in that room. Okay. Interesting how they're kind of melding those, like, blue rooms in with these other rooms. Go this way. I would say so far so good. And then when we're done looking around a little bit, we'll definitely jump into the enigmatic level, they called it. Stumbling over my words. Alright. Obviously, they told us that, you know, there's no end to this. Kind of, God. Kind of hoping maybe we can find another weird wall to walk through. It's just a dead end, okay. Can we interact with the beds? I just thought about that. We can. What does it do? This is weird. Okay. Kind of had a weird thought of, like, what if we lay down in a bed and then we, like, wake up in a different bed? Like some kind of weird shortcut system. That would have been really cool. Or maybe, like, one specific bed will let you do that and take you to, like, a hidden area. Okay, I think I already went down here, right? Yeah. Okay. Guess we'll try all these doors and then go from there. Doors. I think we were here earlier. Yeah, this is that weird room that has, like, the loop through it somehow. Okay. And this looks very, I would say, photorealistic. This is like the right way to do photorealism. Like, it's just right. The best way I can say it. Weird looking doorknobs. Got maybe a couple more doors over here. It's made me wonder, you know, like in that little blue room over there, how you walk through a hall to get in, but as you loop around, it kind of takes you through a different section, like a hidden path. I wonder if there's a lot more of that going on than I realize. Oh, there is a freaky wall in here. Snap, son. Just want to look around real quick. Want to really soak it all in. Where does this go? Wait, I went through here. Did I? I went through this door. I didn't go in here for some reason. Or maybe I didn't even look that way. No, because I just came through these doors. Okay, well, let's see what this does. Oh, it just takes me back to the beginning. Oh, I see. Okay, so I can just, like, go back. Wait. Oh, uh-oh. Is that supposed to be that way? I can't go up these stairs. It won't let me. I think that might be a bug. It is pre-alpha. I was thinking, okay, well, if it takes me back to the beginning, then I can go back through here, back to where we started, but it's not letting me do that. So I think we're kind of trapped here. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it worked that time. Wait, this is a different area. Because I went through a wall at the offices, didn't I? Uh-oh. That's really cool, though. I don't know if that's working as intended, but... yeah, it definitely wasn't here. I was in the offices. I didn't spend too much time in the back room area. We'll look around here a little bit longer, and then we'll go on to that other level. I want to see if there's anything else that just so happens to stick out. I would say a pretty solid first impression, though. This is the kind of Backrooms experience I've been needing lately. Like, I really like Dreamcore and all the other games that I've played, but... I like how its light color is different. It's weird. Maybe this is where I started, because this looks familiar. Yeah. I was gonna say, I really like this calm... or isolated sort of feeling, rather than, like, the big, sprawling, gigantic levels. Like, this still has, like, a lot of scale to it, but it doesn't really feel like it as much, if that makes sense. A lot more concentrated. Ooh, this looks weird. Okay. I actually don't know if I've already been in here or not. I wanted to look over here as well. Yeah, I want to follow this big open area here. Like, this room and that room in the offices is probably the biggest rooms we've seen so far. Wait. This looks familiar. I think I was in here. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this big room here. Yeah, okay, we were in here, for sure. Dang it. Let's go this way again. Real quick. I like that the sprint isn't like crazy fast, like super shaky, annoying sort of camera effect, which happens quite often in games like this, where it's like I don't even want to sprint because it's just too much shaking. Like, realism is really cool and all if that's what you're going for, but like, oh, that's how it would be if you're actually running with the camera. But it's like, yeah, we're in a video game though. It doesn't need to be so realistic that it's like unpleasant. At least that's how I feel. This gives just enough, just a slight amount of extra little wobble. Wow, this place is super weird, dude. It's actually kind of hard to remember a lot of it because it's so just odd looking. To me, this would be like a wall you could walk through, but no. It's just so off by itself in the corner there. Oh, that's a dead end as well. Okay. So, like, I wonder if sometimes if I should continue looking around corners in case it just kind of has this, like, hidden path like before. Really made me wonder. I don't think I looked in one of those holes before I realized I had a flashlight. I will say my computer doesn't really like this game. It's draining pretty hard to play it. I'll talk more about that at the end. Just wanted to point that out if it's behaving weird. We found this room again. Okay. Well, I think we'll go ahead and go on to that other level and check that out and see how that goes. Alright, we're back on the main menu, so we're going to look at these again real quick. So we did Backstage, and then we have Enigmatic Guesthouse. Now, I wanted to pick this. So we did first floor. Those were the Manila rooms. Okay, and then we did the office. Alright, so there's one floor still missing for this level, which I find odd that they skipped over it to the last two parts. It's pretty interesting. Let me read these names first, actually. They have level 1 is warehouse, and enigmatic level dream pools, so there'll be a dream pools level. And this is enigmatic level guest house, so let's try that. This is just the main area. Let's enter this level, and let's see what's up. Alright, demo has no end. Explore as much as you want, and leave whenever you want. Enigmatic level guest house. I like the text appearing like that. That was cool. Okay, so we just sort of appear here. This is where we are. I like the color palette. Here are footsteps on this tile floor. That's a nice touch. I was seeing if I could open that. Huh. So this must be... I assume maybe, like, all these things are connected more or less. Because, you know, this looks like its own unique setting, and then as I walked out there, that would be, like, how you would get here, if that makes any sense. Kind of like how we went between walls into the Manila room and everything. Look at this walk-in closet. Good lord. That is amazing. Need some hangers for your clothes, but that is crazy. Or library, whatever, for all the shelves that are there. Okay, this is super weird. I'm gonna go back that way eventually. I assume it all connects, but who knows. I just want to explore as much as I can like I did earlier. Ooh, this is weird. Whoa. You hear the light buzzing or the ceiling fan buzzing? Little bathroom, or a big bathroom, rather. I mean, flush the toilet. No. I like the change of footsteps on the different floors. That's pretty cool. It's a small detail, but when games like this are going for immersion, that's, even though a small detail, it's really effective at, you know, building up all of the small things that make something immersive. So that's something that I appreciate being added like that. The devil is in the details. That door is already open. Boosh. This area is really creepy for some reason. Oh. Okay. Couldn't tell if I was hearing something or not. It was like my cat. Bro, what is this place? It's so weird. Look at that couch. Oh boy. It'd be funny if that was my thumbnail. Just a big couch. Like, what is that? This is nice hardwood. Well, this level is changing a lot, which I think is great. Okay. Let's go this way. I'm not sprinting that much either. I don't really have the need to. I like how fast we move just by walking. And I don't know, I'm really into just kind of exploring here. Okay. Stuck. Wow, look at that. Man. The door opening is it's too slow. But I have so many doors to open, I kind of have to. I think it just kind of, I wouldn't say it kills the pacing, but it definitely slows you down enough to kind of break it up a little bit. Maybe a little too much. Oh my lord. Are these the stairs we just saw earlier? Yeah, okay. Hoping to see more of that blue color palette. This door was already open. What in the world? Okay, so let's open this door. Oh. You got me. Tricked me. Okay. Let's go back up through here, I guess. Through another door. All right. I do like how these places are kind of looping back onto themselves. So it makes backtracking and stuff a little easier. I can see everything. That's where we were earlier. We were also there earlier. That top door there. Ooh, okay. I assume these stairs going down takes us there, but let's go up first. Another door. And you get a door. And you get a door. Oh. I didn't notice this. I didn't look up behind me, I guess. That's where we were a second ago, down there. We have no reflection. We're a vampire? I make that joke every time I can. I always will. A little kitchenette. Let's check that out. Wow. I can hear the refrigerator humming. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, let's go this way. Through another door. I keep turning the flashlight off opening doors just because it's so bright. I don't want to flashbang y'all. Okay, we've made our way over here. This area... Oh, there's a wiggly wall. I didn't turn the flashlight off this time. Flashbang. Sorry. We're gonna go to that wall in a sec. I'm just peeking around. Actually didn't expect one in this level. There's no floors. I figured it'd be more isolated. And just, you know, interconnected. I love how I just said I was turning the flashlight off for y'all, and now I'm just not doing it, so. Too bad. Okay, so this puts us down here. What? What's over there? Crawly hole. Can I crouch? Oh, I can. A deep crouch. Deep squat. Okay, okay. Let's take a peek and we'll go back to that wall. Was that me? Okay, I didn't think I didn't make a noise the first time I crouched, so that spooked me. All of a sudden I hear this like rustling right next to me and I was like, bah. Okay, we were here. Let's go to that wall. I want to know where that takes us. I don't know what I would call them, like distortion. Here we go. Oh. Like if I could just walk up, hit E, and the door just open, would be good. I don't want to beat a dead horse talking about that, but that just brings us up here. What's the point of that? Nothing up here, right? Huh. Okay, let's see if this wall bugs out and takes us somewhere else. Nope, it took us back where we were. Kind of funny, it tracks your position, like walking forward or backwards. That's neat. Okay, let's go back this way. That's the kitchenette. I wanted to go down here. Here we go. Nice, we found it. Sit on the couch or interact with something. What is it? Okay. Down and take a rest here. Man, if one of those doors just like creeps open by itself, I couldn't move for a second. That would be like the scariest thing ever. I don't know, was there anywhere else we missed, like right where we started? Those chairs look comfy. I think where we started on this level, this is a new staircase. I turned around and immediately walked out, and there was like a different area. It had white walls. It didn't have these gray walls. Bro, what in the world? That is strange looking. Oh. Okay, I can't go back. We're gonna go up there, trust me. I can't jump, by the way, so I can't make my way back up. Oh, here's some stairs. Just the weird emptiness this place has is just really effective. I want to find something. Okay, okay. I know where I am now. I was hoping we'd find something like that big hole in the ground, you know, with some ambience, some, you know, some kind of noise coming from something. Like I would consider it like a key location. I feel like that is also maybe designed to sort of draw us towards the offices, because that big hole is right before the offices. So you can hear that nearby, you follow it, and you go, oh, there's this big weird hole. And then oh, here's the offices, so... That's a good way to, like, kind of guide the player a little bit. I thought that worked pretty well. This is a big spooky room. Jesus. Very dark. More furniture. Now, keep in mind, as we play this, I should have mentioned this earlier, this is just the exploration mode. So I wonder what the story mode is going to be about, how they're going to play that out, like what our, you know, objective is, or if we're looking for exits, or if there's more to it than that. So I'm really curious about that. Maybe there's some voice acting or something like that. Like, how did I get here? Where am I? What is this place? I need to find my way out. Hello? Is anyone there? Huge room. This is one of the biggest rooms. so quiet? It never ends. That's my attempt at voice acting. Whoa, what's going on? Hello? Did I go up that big ramp I said we would earlier? I can't remember. Jeez. These lamps are bright. I don't know where I am. Dang, this place just keeps going. Jesus, that's spooky, dude. It's just a black void. You can see the wall there, kinda. But there's just nothing there. Gosh. How many levels have we gone up now? Like 4 times or something? Ooh. Hello? I always find that funny when people do that in movies and stuff. Or even video games. I'm not gonna lie, like, I think this game is actually doing a really good job of being really spooky and really creepy. It's that big ramp. It's just quiet enough to make you think too much. Like, I'm really good at overthinking and thinking too much, so. One of my biggest strengths and weaknesses. Like, if we were to just be up here and just, like, a shadow person, like, or something happens, like the chair moves or a light goes on or off or little things like that in this setting, I think would be super effective, but they're clearly not going for that. Maybe they are. Maybe they'll have some levels that add some stuff like that. I kind of like it the way it is so far. Jeez. This reminds me of a game I've played before. I just can't quite think of it. Kind of like the Complex. What's the first one called? Found footage. The Complex found footage. Very similar to this. The vibe, the photorealism. Uh-oh. Oh no, I think I'm stuck. Why are the stairs doing that to me? Man, I wanted to keep looking around. Come on. Let me through. Let's see if we can fix it. Come on, let me up. Let me up. Let me up. Come on. Come on. I'm just pressing buttons to see what happens. Oh, we're doing it, we're doing it. I'm spamming crouch. Crouching, crouching. We did it. We did it. You cannot defeat me, staircase. Nice try. I am unstoppable. Dear God. That is so scary. There's some blue rooms over there too, but Alright, so the trick is if you get stuck on stairs, you use your crouch button. Like, as you're going into the crouch, I'm able to actually move up the stairs. And I was just, like, kind of spamming it there at the end, but going in and out of the crouch kind of lets you move over the steps like that. Oh, speaking of crouching, ooh, a hidden door. This door's locked? That's the first locked door we found. Well, that sucks. I wanted to see what was in there. I'll be honest, I almost ended the video where we got stuck there, so... I'm not going to be doing this much longer. But I'm just having a really good time exploring. This is just so weird. Quiet. The game looks good. I like the way the level's designed. There are crouch tech there to get over the lip. Just has enough variation and change about it that it makes the exploring feel like rewarding in a sense. Because you can easily make a Backrooms game or any kind of game like this where, like the one I was mentioning earlier, I don't remember the name of the game. It's one of my previous liminal space playthroughs, but I called it the title of the video is an authentic experience. And it was really good, but some of the levels were just maze-like just to be confusing, and they weren't interesting to look at. And I think that was my biggest problem with that game. This door is also locked. But this game has so much variation to it, and change of environment. I don't feel as though my exploration is as monotonous. I cannot talk right now. Sorry. Forgot to turn my flashlight off. Look away! Because this area is, like, super expansive. All these doors are interconnecting, all these different levels. Staircases and color palettes and stuff. I think they did a really good job at this level. Now, obviously... Ooh. Got some weird yellow walls. Obviously, went in the story mode and, like, the full game... A very loud refrigerator. Loud refrigerator. I was saying in the full game, when you actually have story mode and stuff, there might be a little bit more of like a goal. But for exploration mode, I would say this is pretty effective. This is a totally different area. Ooh. That is odd looking. Thought I saw something move, so I was just staring. How far we can see through here, like a straight shot. Jeez, man, this place never ends. Like, look at this. Another crazy chasm. Crazy chasm. Play today to get 10 free tokens or something. Sounds like a mobile game. Crazy chasm. More doors. We've only found like one distortion wall. That door's locked. Finding a lot more locked doors this time too, which is odd. Like comparatively. Like the third locked door out of like the 50 that I've opened. I think I might go back the other way. We've looked at a lot of the... This is where I got stuck earlier. Oh, no! I just realized. I think it's where I got stuck. Alright, using our crouch tech here. Nice. Obviously, that's not intentional. So, where was I wanted to go? Let's go through here, back this way. We started here. We were here. Yeah, wow. Okay, we came full circle. I don't know why I don't remember this section over here being here. I don't know, I've been looking around for a while, so... Feels like way longer than an hour. Or rather, like 30 minutes. That door's locked. Okay. You can hear the door rattle when it's locked. The handle, door handle. Ooh, here we go. Some more weird yellow color. More like baby poop green. Okay. Hardwood doors. Were any of the doors like that before? These are the windows that we were looking at not that long ago. All the doors have been white so far, right? I like this floor. Keep checking these hardwood doors. Wait. Okay. They tricked me. Okay, there's nothing in here. Darn. Opening another door. We'll look around a little bit longer, and then we'll move on to my review. I'm sure there's so much that I haven't seen in this place, too, which is really cool to think about. Alright, we were in here earlier. This is that weird kitchen. Opening door. Oh. Look at the size of that tub. Jeez Louise. We get stuck in it? That would be great. Not that I'm into taking baths. Because I'm not. But if you are, that's fine. I won't judge you. Thought I heard something. Maybe it's my stomach growling. We'll have to look at that on the instant replay. Where am I? Okay. One more section I wanted to look at. I think I can make it back there in good time. Let's see where this door goes first. I believe also the complex found footage and everything, they had the really slow door opening mechanic. That's what you want to call it. we can go down through here. Back through here, through the blue area. I like the blue area. I wish there was more of it. Go through here. Yeah, this area. This is very reminiscent of the first level. Yeah, because here are some beds. Wait, was I in here? Yeah, okay, my bad. That was a weird graphical anomaly there. Textural anomaly, whatever you want to call that. Let's try a couple more doors. Doors. Open the door. Little kitchenette. Something in my eye. My goodness. Hello? Oh, looky here. This is very blue. Oh my gosh. Look at all these hallways. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. What in the world? Well, I think that's going to be the end of the video, though, at least the gameplay. And I want you to come in here and try to explore this for yourself and tell me what you find. Because I'm just going to have to move on today. Oh my goodness. This looks really cool, though. I like this a lot. Alright, well, I'm back on the main menu where I will review this pre-alpha demo, share my general thoughts, give it my final judgment. But if you're just here for the gameplay, I appreciate you hanging out, and I hope to see you again. So I always start with visuals, so just honestly, right out of the gate, the visuals I think in this game are really, really well done. I really like its photorealism and their approach to that, the use of lighting, change of environment, the color palettes. I just think it looks great. It's really convincing and immersive and has a really solid atmosphere because of just its visual presentation as a whole, and I think they did a really good job with that. So awesome job with the visuals. Now in terms of audio, the audio in this game is very subtle, it's very quiet, but I think it makes it that much more of an effective experience. It's very immersive, like I said, because of that. It just allows you to really sink into the environment and the setting itself, and as you explore and open doors and come across, you know, electronics like refrigerators and things like that, you'll have, you know, slight electrical humming coming from those things, but also, you know, when we found that big giant hole in the floor, there was just this ominous sort of droning sound coming from it. I wish that happened maybe more often in some areas. Maybe there are things I just missed or that just aren't in the game quite yet that will convey that strange sense of discovery. But from what we experienced, I would say the audio design is very intentional, and I like what they're doing with it. It's, like I said, very subtle, very quiet, but it makes the exploration feel that much more immersive. Now, like I said, this is not the story mode. I don't know if the story mode is going to have a lot of changes to it or not, but from what we experienced in just exploration mode as a whole, the audio design I think is really solid. Also really like the attention to detail when it comes to walking on different types of flooring, carpet and tile and hardwood. I think that was a nice touch. Now in terms of mechanics, this is a liminal space exploration game through and through. There's not much else you do in this game other than walk around and explore. Now of course you can interact with some things like sitting down on furniture or opening doors. Maybe in story mode and in future levels there will be different things for you to interact with. I can't say that for sure, but I don't think it would be necessary. I do think the speed at which we open doors could be improved upon. I wish it was a little bit faster. Maybe just as soon as you hit interact on the door, it just swings open. I understand you're going for the realism kind of approach, but I think it kind of slows you down a little bit, especially over time and in the later sections that we were in the enigmatic level, where there's so many doors to open that having to stop and wait like 5 or 6 seconds per door, I think it's just a little too much time spent between actually exploring. So if that could be adjusted, I think it would actually be very beneficial to the overall pacing of the game. game. But aside from that, it is just a liminal space exploration game, and I think you hit the nail on the head when it comes to the environmental variety, the dynamic feel that it gives, the change of environment and color palettes, like I said earlier. I think it comes together really well to be a very immersive and effective liminal space experience. So mechanically across the board, I would say the game is very well done. Now, in terms of story and concept, I can't comment on any story whatsoever. The story mode is not in the game yet, so I will leave that part out. Conceptually, I think the game is super solid. Like I said earlier in my playthrough, while I do like liminal space games and whatnot that have entities or some sort of overbearing sense of dread or key events or something that happens that really spikes the horror sort of feeling throughout, this game is a lot more subtle and allows you to really sink yourself into just the odd, uneasy quiet of the game. And I think that works just as well, if not better, in liminal space games than having it being so horror focused. Now, of course, we haven't seen every level, we haven't seen a story mode, so maybe there are more horror centric things that they will add later down the road. Maybe have separate levels that are more horror focused on their own, add some variety to the game. But for first impression's sake, I would say the concept of this, like I said, is very authentic, very immersive, very effective, and I think overall a really solid start to, I think, a very promising game. Now, in terms of performance and settings, I would say the game performed very well, actually. It performed totally fine for me. Maybe here and there, it wasn't, all that smooth. I mean, it had a couple little hiccups here and there. As you're, moving your camera around a lot, it kind of looked, a little inconsistent. But aside from that, it's very smooth. Everything works well. I would say I would try to adjust the staircase bugs that I kept coming across, where I would walk down some stairs and I couldn't get back up them just by walking. I had to use the crouch repeatedly to manipulate our character's, I guess, like bubble of influence or whatever. So, or like it altered our connection to the environment or something, to where if I used the crouch button in the right way, I could slide my way back up the stairs. So hopefully you can fix that to where that's not required to, return where we came from. So going forward, at least try to, fine tune the staircases, seemingly locking you into certain areas, if since you can't walk back up them. But like I said, just use the crouch button and you'll be able to make your way back up the stairs. So hopefully you'll fix that going forward. Other than that, the performance is great. I think that my computer is still maybe straining a little too much while playing the game. It's like giving it all it's got, so hopefully that can be optimized to some degree going forward, and I think that would be a welcome change. Now, in terms of settings, I would say the presentation of the settings is a little messy looking. I would clean this up maybe a little bit and just make it a little bit more presentable. That's just a personal nitpick. But for your settings, these are your graphic settings. So you have your overall presets here, right? So it's on Epic by default. I go down to high. I can't make it go lower than high. So hopefully in the future you can add more presets if you're not going to give us individual graphics options to change, like lighting and whatnot. At least allow me to pick from more than 2 presets, especially since the game seems to be so straining for me. So going forward, I hope that can be changed. And for VHS, I'm not quite sure what this is telling me, if it's like anti-aliasing or some kind of filter system, because I'm not sure what P&H is. If you can tell me, I'd appreciate it. So we're on P&H by default. So if I go to FF3 and hit apply, it makes everything super crazy dark. I'm not sure what the intention of this is. And then if you go to MSA, it makes everything nice and bright. I don't know if this is anti-aliasing or if it's ambient occlusion or something, because if you go back to P&H, it's just a little bit darker than MSA. So I'm not sure what these options are. So I'm not well versed on them, obviously. So I would still say they're pretty cool. I'm not sure if I want to play in like complete darkness. Maybe this is just like ways to make the game have a different visual presentation. I'd have to experiment with it. Actually in game. I'm not really sure otherwise. So you have your display settings here, which is your screen resolution, your display mode, which is your screen mode, your VSync, which I turned on. There's no FPS cap, unfortunately. I wish that was added. You have your gameplay UI, which I'm not sure if I noticed any UI elements at all other than the interact icon on doors. Maybe that's what it's referring to. Maybe in story mode, we have more stuff going on screen. I'm not really sure. And then for your sound options here, you have your master volume, your UI volume, and and your sound effects volume. I find that strange. I'm not sure what the UI volume is necessarily, so maybe as they update this game and add story mode, a lot of this will make more sense. So I would say the settings are acceptable to a degree. I hope to see more graphic preset options to choose from rather than just epic and high. I think those options would be a welcome addition, but aside from that, like I said, the performance is pretty solid. I wish it could be optimized maybe a little bit, take some strain off my computer. I think the stairs need to be fixed in the game so they don't trap you in certain locations, and also maybe a couple of additional settings being added I think would be a welcome sight. So my final judgment for the pre-alpha demo for Paradise Nowhere is I would say it's very good. I think what really stands out for me in this game is the visual presentation along with its audio design and its overall approach to its mechanics being very exploration focused and really letting the strange, empty feeling of liminal spaces really shine. And I think they did a really good job with that. It's a great first impression, especially for a pre-alpha demo. So really great job there. Now, we're still waiting for story mode to be added, so there's nothing to say about that. I really like the game conceptually as a whole. It's a very immersive, effective liminal space experience, so great job with that. And while the performance is solid, I still think the strain on my computer could be adjusted and maybe have some optimization going forward in later builds, as long as fixing the bugs with the stairs and maybe having a few additional options I think would do a lot of good. But overall, a really solid first impression for a pre-alpha demo. I had a really good time with this. I really enjoyed the exploration, and I think it was just an overall very effective liminal space experience, and I think you have a lot going for you here. So keep up the great work, and I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? You just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. And don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything and go play this game for yourself and form your own opinion. I'm sure the developer would really appreciate your feedback as well as mine. And if you would like to support my channel, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. And I'll also have links to my socials in the description if that interests you. And don't forget, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch every once in a while, and I'd love to see you over there, so go check that out when you get the chance. And I thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I think that's all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me, but don't forget.